Hi, welcome to Lifelong Learning Education. Today, my guest is Herman Drost, who is an expert on YouTube. Welcome, Herman.
Yeah, thanks, Trina. Good to be here. Good to see you.
So as I was learning how to post and upload videos, I discovered you and we started chatting and I was like, oh, I have to interview you and have you share all of your wisdom because the people in my audience are, come from a variety of backgrounds, authors and editors and publishers and singers and musicians and YouTubers and bloggers and business owners, and everybody knows that they need to be on YouTube, but we don't really know exactly how to do it correctly.
Okay. Well, I hope I can give some tips there that can help them out.
Yeah, so the first question I have to ask you is, has to do with the YouTube algorithm. YouTube right now, and correct me if I'm wrong, which I probably am, but YouTube favors view time, and yet viewers kind of start getting bored about 15, 20 minutes. So what is the
Well, it
perfect
could
length
be
for a
could be
video?
earlier than that, I think.
Even
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, then we're going to have to talk fast.
Well, a lot depends on the subject matter. I mean, if you
True.
people are really like, if they have like some pain, like having a heart attack or something, they quickly want to find out how to stop the heart attack. They're going to be watching 20 minutes, or longer. But usually, I think when it comes to content, you always want to address the pain points. So, and then probably addressing that right at the beginning, like telling people right up front what the video is about and maybe solving their biggest problem. And probably good to stick with like one big problem that you can go into somewhat depth, especially if you're going 20 minutes, then, going through different points and that. But you're correct about the YouTube algorithm. It used to be like the views, number of views and that sort of thing. But nowadays, it's more on how long they watch the video, so the audience retention. So the key then is keeping them watching all the way through the video. So whether it's 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, you want to kind of reset the attention of the viewer by asking questions, tell them to like the video, putting in some graphics up there. Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, ask them to subscribe, tell them why they should subscribe. So you kind of especially I think as you're going through your video, you always want to change it every 15, 20 seconds to a different scene, or maybe a moving positions, or yeah. keep them entertained somehow. But I think the key is really just that you have sort of a flow in your video, but mix it up with the graphics and the transitions and the questions and things like that.
Okay,
but yeah,
great.
key is going to be the watch time. So the longer the watch time and audience retention, we know keeping them there. And then also what you can do, maybe you're going to talk about this later, but is you can look in the YouTube analytics and see exactly where they drop off. So maybe they dropped off at 5 minutes, and then you can say, well, my next video, I'm going to make sure at the 5 minute mark, I'm going to do something to change the scenery or something. So try to inch it a little bit longer, for instance,
Yeah,
So,
that's a great tip.
so you can, look at analytics and see the audience retention percentage, the watch time, and there's another one called click-through rate, which is the click-through rate of your thumbnail. So if you have a great thumbnail that stands out from all your competitors, then as the kind of your viewers are perusing the internet and searching for your that keyword phrase, and they see your thumbnail that stands out and clicks on that, then that high click-through rate also leads to your video being surfaced more on the YouTube
Good to
search.
know.
Yeah,
Well, and
right.
I'm glad you mentioned thumbnail because I had some specific questions about that. And I know you've made tons of videos about all of these questions. So I appreciate you repeating them for my audience. And
Right.
just so you know, audience, if you want more details and you want to do a deeper dive, then head over to his channel and he'll teach you everything. But in a quick nutshell, what are the most important elements of a successful thumbnail? Because I kind of experimented with a
Yeah.
few different things. And so what have you found to be working really well today?
Well, I think what one big thing is that you probably want to look at your competitors' thumbnails, because you might have an idea. Well, I have a great design in mind, and then you go to your competitors' videos and you see that, you know, similar colors and everything like that. So you're not going to really stand out. So I would look, you know, when you go to design your thumbnail, have it at a high resolution. Like I usually a high resolution, like 1920 by 1080 pixels. And then you're actually looking to keep it rather simple. So contrasting colors, like could be like you know, kind of like like nature. You know, you have blues and reds or black. You know, the white on black or something like that. And then try to have a very simple text on there, like, you know, just maybe 2 or 3 words that you kind of basically trying to tell a preview of your content. So you could have 2 or 3 words that you that represent the content that you're trying to show, and don't put the exact headline. You know, you have your title of your video. Don't put that exact title in your thumbnail, but maybe pick a couple of words that are sound, you know, that are similar but not exactly the same. So I think bold text, contrasting colors, a few words, and if it's you talking, then I would put your face in there and maybe have an expression on your face. Maybe it's say you were stress of building a home or something, so you'd be stressed out or something like that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, bold, strong colors, but don't use too many colors, like 2 or 3 colors. Maybe two fonts is good enough. Don't use like 5 different fonts, you know, and don't use a font that's like script font where you can hardly see it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you want to make it bold, and then when you've designed the thumbnail, you also want to reduce it down to like the thumbnail size or a size that you view on your phone. So, and if you can see it on your phone, then and you can read the text, then that's good. But yeah, but you know, then also look, you know, compare it to your competitor's thumbnail, see if it stands out. So somebody talked about the purple cow effect. So you see a bunch of cows in a paddock, but if you have a purple cow, what are you going to look at? You know, you're going to look at the purple cow rather than all the brown cows. So your thumbnail stands out. Then, and then if a lot of people click on it, then you have a high click-through rate, leads to YouTube surfacing more of your videos on other people's watch pages and into the suggested videos, which are on the right side when you're watching a video.
Yeah, so I have a question about that. So, you know, I create these little playlists thinking that, you know, and then I have an end screen that shows another video,
Yeah.
and I assume that it's going to just be the next video that plays, but it doesn't always do that.
Yeah.
So why is that?
Well, usually a way to avoid that is like, as you got the cards and you got the end screen. So
Yeah, and tell us what the difference is between those two.
yeah, well, the cards are like you can link to a card while the video is playing. So say as the video is playing, you could say, well, if you want to get more views to your videos, then click the link in the card and you'll point to the card. So it's like a little thing pops up, like a little preview saying get more views. So when you link to the card, people click on that little pop-up, and then that'll take them to the next video. Or if you link to a playlist, which I highly recommend, they can kind of binge watch several videos in a row instead of just watching
Okay.
a single video, which gives you more watch time, which helps get your video ranked and suggested, etc.
Now,
So
do you have to have so many subscribers or hours before you're allowed to use and those
no,
cards?
no, you don't actually. It's open to everybody.
Oh,
The cards and end screens open to everybody. But if you want to link to like a website, that's a different story. Because right now, if you want to link to your own website, then you have to associate that website with the YouTube channel, which means you have to become a member of the YouTube Partner Program, which the new requirements up until a few months ago requires 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers in the past 12 months.
both or
So
either one?
yeah, both actually. You need 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers in the past 12 months. And then you can get your channel reviewed to see if it'll pass to what's called monetize your channel, or to link to be able to link to a website. So YouTube has said they're going to change that so that people don't need those requirements to link to a website, but wouldn't hold your breath. It's still the requirement is
Because
needed.
1,000 subscribers is a lot,
1,000
right?
subscribers, right? Yeah,
Well, not
yeah.
for
If you're
you
just
because
starting
you've
off.
got like a bazillion, but for somebody who's just starting out, that just seems like a really unconquerable goal, like a
Yeah.
1,000 subscribers. So what recommendations do you have or suggestions on how to get traffic, how to drive people to your YouTube channel and have them subscribe? That's the
Yeah,
big
I think
question of the day,
the foundation for YouTube, and this is what I've been using for years, is the suggestions that YouTube suggested. So, like if you put a keyword phrase or a main keyword phrase in the YouTube search box, then some suggestions come up, and those suggestions are based upon what people are entering in the search engines. So if people can find your video in the search engines, the YouTube search engine, and it appears hopefully on the first page, then you can get traffic, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, year after year, as long as it remains ranked. So the foundation of a good video is doing the keyword research, and you can use tools like TubeBuddy or Morning Fame or vidIQ. But if you don't want to use those tools, just enter your main phrase in the YouTube search box. Look at all the keyword phrases that kind of are suggested there. And you can also use something like Keywords Everywhere free Chrome extension, which gives you the search volume of that particular keyword phrase. So then if you have a good search volume, that means people are actually searching for that particular keyword phrase. And then apart from that, you also want to create an engaging video that keeps people watching, which we talked about earlier. So having a great hook at the beginning something like that. But right at the beginning, you want to catch, some hook, some question like, have you ever wanted to start a YouTube channel or something, something that addresses the pain of the audience, and then, keeping them watching all the way through. So an engaging video. And then after you've uploaded or published a video, your work has kind of just begun, because you actually want to promote it through your social media sites, maybe transcribe your video content, and then you could use that transcript to create a blog post or a guest blog post, or convert it into a PDF file and submit it to document sharing sites. You can also go on forums and blogs and different groups and interact with people that are groups that are related to your video content. So all this takes, it kind of depends on how much time you have on your hands, because you can just keep
right?
going. But I think the easiest way is to really do good keyword research and try to get your video ranked for a sort of a less competitive keyword phrase. Like if you are doing like camping, that's going to get probably gazillion videos that you're competing against. So, or, so then you want to kind of go find a less competitive keyword phrase, like how to camp in the Ozarks on a rainy day with two kids or something. So, you know. So the more specific, and this comes down to your niche. If you choose a niche for YouTube, you don't want to have something too broad, like, well, I'm into fitness, so I'm going to do a channel on fitness. But it'll be kind of wasting your time, because you got to kind of niche it all the way down to maybe fitness for pregnant moms over 50 or something like that. Would be easier than just kind of fitness in general.
That's a very good tip. And I really love the idea of repurposing that content. I've
Right,
never
yeah.
transcribed any of my videos. Do
Right.
you have recommendations for companies or services that you've used for that kind of thing? I mean, I know there are a
Yeah,
million of them out there, but
right, yeah. Probably the most popular one is rev.com,
oh yeah, okay,
and
I've heard of them.
GoTranscript is another one.
Okay,
But if you don't want to, because those are paid services,
right, right.
but if you have time on your hands, you can actually go into your channel, and then you can, I think if you click on the subtitles, and you can actually edit the video content, because you can get YouTube to auto translate your videos. But when you get to auto translation, it's not entirely accurate,
Yeah,
but it's pretty good these days. So you can go into the auto translated transcript that YouTube gives you, and then just edit. Make sure your name's spelt right, and things
I
like
didn't
that.
know that.
So if it's like a 5 or 10 minute video, you can spend maybe 15, 20 minutes and kind of edit it all, and then you'll save it as
Wow.
a new transcript instead of the auto-generated transcript. So
And they just pump that out for free? I didn't even know about that.
yeah, right, yeah, you can do that for free. Yeah. Mhm.
Wow, that's a good tip. Thanks.
Right. And another thing is, like, if you think your audience appeals to people that don't speak English, then you could actually have that transcript transcribed into a different
Yeah,
language,
I
and
have
so it
seen
goes
that.
out to Spanish or something like that. So on your same video, you could have the transcript translated into like Spanish, and when people go to your video, they could go to the I think it's the CC or the subtitles, and they can see there, or if they're in Spain or South America, I think it might come up automatically that the Spanish subtitles will appear under the
Huh.
video.
I've
So
seen that and I've never used it, and I wondered what would happen if I pushed that button, and I just never have.
yeah,
So it then goes back onto your same video, or does it create another video for
no,
Spanish?
it'll be the same video, but you'll have the subtitles in that different language appearing at the bottom of your video. So instead of English, it'll be Spanish. So especially if, like, you're in Spain and your computer is it's in Spain, so everything's in Spanish, then automatically those subtitles will appear. So like, for instance, you might have somebody in Spain that produces a Spanish video, but they do English subtitles. So then you're watching the video, and then you can watch the English subtitles while they're speaking English.
Huh. Very interesting. I actually
Yeah.
used to live in Spain.
I did. Okay.
But can you pick more than one language?
Yeah, you can do like 4 or 5 languages. You can do Arabic and Spain and German and
So,
whatever.
and then just wherever it's playing in these other countries, they would click on the language. And how accurate are those translations?
Well, that's the thing. If you use something like, you could actually use Google Translate, but you'd have to get a native speaker to kind of go through it. Or you can use the I think rev.com, and I know GoTranscript. You can submit the submit your transcript for translation to
Yeah.
those. I still don't know how good it is, because I don't know all those languages, but like, my wife speaks German, and I know the Google Translate is not. I mean, the good thing about Google Translate, even if it's not the best translation, then people can still understand it from
Yeah,
that.
you get the gist.
Yeah, you get the
And
gist of
it's
it. Yeah.
come along a, a it's come a very long way, I should say, from when it first
Yeah, yeah.
started. It was really rough
That's
because
pretty
I
good.
actually teach online for a university and I work
Okay.
with all the international students and they're
Oh, okay.
learning English, in
Right,
addition to
yeah.
the university content. And I could totally tell when they would just put stuff into Google Translate
Right,
years
yeah.
ago. Now it's much better. I mean, I can still tell, but it's really good. But anyway, okay, switching gears,
Okay.
teach us a little bit about lighting. I've got some light stuff set up, but I don't know
Okay.
how great it is. You
Yeah.
look fantastic. And I'm just guessing. I don't really know if I
You're looking pretty good. Yeah, you got a good tan on and
but generally you're supposed to have two facing towards you.
yeah, usually for me, I just have a couple of soft boxes, like, at kind of at 45 degrees. They
Yeah.
usually talk about like a 3-point lighting system. So, be like a couple of lights, like 45 degrees shining on you. I actually have a ring light that I got several months ago, and that, sometimes you don't need the soft boxes. You can just use the ring light. But like if you don't have anything, then you can just use the light coming in through a window, or go outside on a cloudy day or at the early morning or late evening. But if you want controlled lighting, then yeah, a couple of soft boxes or ring light and a couple of soft boxes. And some people also suggest a hair light, above, but I don't bother about that. Um, if you want to get kind of like more light on you. But I think you just kind of got to experiment, and if you have a backdrop, then you want to also, the lighting has to be strong enough to sort of light up the backdrop a bit too. So, but yeah, I think the soft boxes, the light might be around $100, for a couple of soft boxes, and that's you just got to experiment a bit.
So you mentioned 3 points. So I've got these two. Should I get a third one in front of me, shining back this way?
You could try a hair light that's sort of
I do
above
have a couple
you.
little pocket lights up above.
Yeah, yeah, that's probably. I mean, but you look fine. It's. I think you.
Why, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good. And then what do you think are the most important elements of a YouTube channel? When you create your channel, it allows you to customize certain things. Is that a big deal or what do you recommend?
Well, I think the starting point is coming up with a good name. It could be your own name, or if you're into fitness, then Fitness by Trina, or some name that that fits in with your niche. And then apart from that, when it comes to setting up your channel, I think the most important thing is really the channel banner, which when people first come to your channel, you've got basically 2 or 3 seconds to make an impression. So they're going to look straight at that channel banner. And so you want to have what's called like a unique value proposition, like, maybe like a 2 or 3 word tagline that sort of encapsulates the content of your channel. And then apart from your channel banner, you might also put on that channel banner, like when you upload new videos. But you don't want to put all your social media links on there because, I mean, YouTube wants to keep you on YouTube. They don't want you going somewhere else. So
That's true.
don't put that there. And then a channel trailer, which is like a little sort of introductory video that encapsulates the content. Could be like 1 or 2 or 3 minutes. And you put that so when people first visit your channel, then they can watch the channel trailer to see, get more information what it's about. Then under your channel trailer, ideally you want to have sections containing playlists. So you're probably not going to have many videos when you start, but maybe, once you get 2 or 3 videos up there, put in the playlist and add it to a section on your channel homepage. So then when people visit the channel homepage, they'll see your banner, maybe you watch the video, and if you have several playlists there, they can binge watch, several videos in a row. And these days, people need, it's kind of like shopping, not going to buy in the first shop, but maybe the 10th store you go to, you'll finally purchase. So people, I think the same way, don't become a subscriber until they're sort of more invested into your content and kind of, get more of a feel like this is really what they want. So if you have on your channel, so your channel homepage is really like the like a website. You know, when you first go to the website, you got 2 or 3 seconds to, well, is this, you know, what I want, and before they leave. So then if they like the banner, the trailer, and then they go deeper into your content, then they're more likely to subscribe. So you're going to have the subscribe button there. You're going to have your trailer, yeah, all those things. Yeah, so
it's been 5 minutes, so I have to do this again, right?
yeah, so yeah, I think just treat it like a web page and make it, and make sure the graphics are not kind of too amateurish. You know, you might, after you design your channel banner and your channel homepage, maybe get some other people to look at it, you know, your friends, family, and get a more objective view and see, well, if you are, say, into fitness, would this be something that you would subscribe to, for instance?
All of it sounds so overwhelming.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, I look at what you do on your channel and it's all polished and perfect and awesome. So for somebody who's just brand new, what are probably the biggest mistakes that all of us newbies make that you would say? I mean, besides everything you just told us, are there common mistakes that us newbies do?
I think when you're first starting off, I think it's kind of hard, kind of easy to get discouraged, because maybe you think, well, I just need like 2 or 3 viral videos.
That's all.
Millions of views. You know?
Exactly.
And then I'll be famous, sort of thing, you know. But you have to keep in mind, you know, I mean, the mindset is very crucial. You know, you have to be in it for the long run. I think you have to be passionate about your niche, so that when the going gets tough, you can still keep going, sort of thing. And then, you know, choose a niche like we talked about earlier that's not too broad, or choose a broad niche, but then niche it down like several notches, so you're speaking to a specific audience. And then, you know, when you're about to start, you might want to check out some of your competitors and see what kind of topics resonate with the audience, and then create like a whole list of topics based upon your keyword research, like 20 different topics that go into your more deeply into the topics, and then do a video of each. So you have like a plan beforehand, and then kind of, you know, stick to the plan. And then every video you make, try to improve at least one thing. Improve the thumbnail, improve the audience retention, keep an eye on your analytics, and, you know, look at all those improving the percentage of the click-through rate, the retention, that sort of thing. But and then I think, and I've run into this too, is that sometimes when you compare yourself with others that have been doing it for years, you can get discouraged.
Yes.
Or you might have, and I've had friends that started like 1 or 2 years ago, and they just zoomed past me to, like, you know. So I think everybody's unique, and you got your own unique message. So you don't want to really do the compare game. You want to kind of stay in your own lane, and just kind of try to be the best you can be, and just try to compete with yourself, basically. So otherwise, it's easy to get kind of discouraged, because I got 3 views on my video. Should I give up? Or, you know, all those things kind of come into play. So if you have a plan, you have the passion, being consistent, you know, you want to, maybe when you're starting off, you want to at least upload 1 video a week.
Good, because I was going to ask you what number was a good number to be consistent.
When
say
you're starting off,
Tuesday or something.
Yeah, like every Tuesday, every Thursday, something like that. I mean, you can also look at, you know, this can happen later. You can see when are people watching your video. Is it like, if you're on the East Coast, you know, more people watching on the West Coast. So you can check your analytics and see, well, most people seem to be watching from California rather than from New York. So then you can release your video like at 5 in the morning on the West Coast, right before they have breakfast. So they can, you know, watch it while they're having breakfast. Or, you know, and we talk about translating. So maybe a lot of people are watching from India, so you might want to translate the video into Hindi or whatever language. But I
Urdu.
think, yeah, consistency is key, because if you do it like once a month, then people think, oh, you're not very serious. And then because the editing part of the video usually takes the longest. So when you're starting out, it might take a whole day to edit the video. So, and so you could get a video editor, or another idea, and this would help to get your watch time hours, is to just, and it takes a bit of a, takes a bit of a risk or overcome the fear, is to go live. So you could,
That's true. No editing when it's live.
no editing when you go live.
Oh,
And it takes some practice, but the good thing is that, I mean, you could go live, and you can even take it down after you've gone live and edit it and then re-upload it. You could do
that's
that
true.
too. So
Yeah, I've never done
thing.
that.
But then you're back to the editing. But if you're good at live and there's not too many ums and ahs, then you could go live twice a week, for instance, or you could do a collaboration, an interview. That might be something new. There's different ways that you can kind of get those videos out there, but the key is really consistency and not comparing yourself, and try to improve, one thing, maybe one thing a month. You can focus on the audience retention or the click-through rate or engagement. And if you improve, then as you improve, you get more views and subscribers.
Right. And I really like the idea of a content calendar, so that instead of every day or every week, you're like, now what am I going to say? Actually map it out month by month or week by week, or however, just do a big brainstorm of ideas. I really like that.
Yeah. I usually use something like Google Docs, so you can, or put in an Excel spreadsheet, just, put a whole 20 odd different ideas. Or sometimes what I find is that sometimes you're so stressed out trying to come up with an idea for a video that I find that you can't force the creativity. So it's better to just go and do something boring, or go hiking or shopping. And sometimes when you're in the midst of those kind of more less stressed situations, then ideas start popping in. It might be when you first wake up or cooking or something. And then you have like a on your phone, you can just have a notes app and then just quickly jot it down. And when you get back to your computer, you have, a bunch of ideas. So I find my best ideas come when I'm not really at the computer, so, and then other inspiration can come from just visiting groups or watching other channels, books, movies, etc.
There's inspiration all around. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. So 2 more questions, because we've probably talked longer than you recommended, right? But what you're saying is,
most people keep watching is the main thing.
It's good stuff. Okay, so 2 questions. One is something that I like to ask all of my guests on lifelong learning education. I have these online courses that I've created with my twin sister, and we're always talking about how to get to that next level self, how to become better a little bit every day. So what do you personally do in your life to try to bump it up a notch every day?
You're talking about just in general, or in
It could be in
business, or?
general, your life, or with your YouTube videos. I don't know, whatever you want to say.
Well, I think that that's a good question. I think that the key for me, having had the YouTube channel, started in 2006, and I didn't really get going till a few years later. Before that, I had a web design business, and I found that I was kind of trading time for money, which I didn't really like. But then, you kind of just did it. But then with the YouTube channel, the good thing is that you can, if you get some videos ranked there, you can have traffic, leads, and sales coming from your channel, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So for myself, to get better, I always try to tap into what the audience is thinking about, or yeah, their pain points, as I addressed earlier. Because sometimes it's easy to think, well, I just want to create this kind of video that interests me, but it may not be for the audience. So it's kind of, it's easy to just kind of get caught up in your own, what you want to do.
Yeah.
You have to think, well, this is what I want to do, and my audience wants to hear it as well. So you always have to, for myself, it's always how to put yourself into the shoes of the audience. So fortunately, I'm kind of my own target audience, so I kind of can just ask myself those questions, and so that helps.
Well, and you do such a great job of reaching out to your viewers too, though. I mean, that's how we met. I was so impressed. It's really cool when you get to meet a YouTuber. They're like real people,
Yeah.
and then you become friends. And I think that is just the magic of YouTube, really.
Well, I think that's a great thing because, you probably remember the days we used to get lots of junk mail in your letterbox, isn't it?
Yeah.
Probably still
Well,
get
I still
some.
do.
But but nowadays everything's online, so you see the comments and things like that, but you don't really see the faces behind the people that are commenting in that. So I think so it's good. I think for video, it kind of gives you an avenue where people can really hear and see
And connect.
get to know you, like that sort of
Yeah,
thing.
I love that.
Yeah. And I think the other thing is that I know for myself, I'm more of an outdoors type person rather than inside. So I tried, especially if you're online, I try to, like, maybe every hour, every couple hours, try to do something else besides, just being online. And then especially you want to take that, 1 or 2 hours in the day where you kind of get out in nature, go for a walk or a run or a bicycle or something like
That's
that.
really good.
It kind of revives you because, it can be kind of, can be kind of draining, because you're always doing creative work and you don't realize that it's kind of, tapping into your bank account of creativity. So then you got to kind of restore, keep
Fill
the
that
bank
cup
account.
up. Yeah,
Top it up.
that's a good
So I
point.
think taking breaks and interacting with people. I think I mean the main thing is you gotta have fun doing it. Otherwise, you're not gonna last.
That's true. That's a really good point too.
Yeah.
Okay, ready for the last question?
Okay.
You and I talked about giving a gift to my audience.
Okay.
So tell us what it is and how they can access it.
Okay.
And thank you, by the way, for that. And
Yeah.
if you
No
go
problem.
to his channel, he's always giving freebies and gifts and stuff too. He's just that kind of a guy, a nice guy.
I got a long URL, but this is a YouTube evaluation checklist. I'll probably have to give it to you later. I don't know where you can you pop it in here somewhere? Or is that in the share? I don't know. Anyway, basically it's drostdesigns.com/YouTube channel evaluation worksheet. Kind of a long one, but
Okay.
maybe you have to put that, in your
I'll put it on one of those cards that you just
one of those
taught us
cards,
about.
right? Yeah, I'll send it to you and just say.
Wait, am I allowed to do that if I don't have
Oh, no,
1,000
and
subscribers?
that's right. You couldn't actually, because it's actually my website, but you can tell them just click the link in the.
Yeah, in the description, but I will also
Yeah,
write that up above too. You'll
yeah,
see
you
it.
can do that too. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, but that's a evaluation worksheet where it's got a bunch of different videos from my channel that you can check out that kind of goes through things to look at to improve your channel, improve your channel videos. So you can kind of watch those different videos, and that'll be a good way to kind of get started. Or even if you have a channel that's that's already you've got going, you can improve it, of course.
Perfect. I love it. That's the perfect gift. So thank you. Out comes my pillow again. I love this pillow.
Great pillow. Yeah, it's a great way to do
Anyway,
it.
so be sure and subscribe to Herman, but also subscribe here if you haven't already. And thank you again, Herman, for spending some time
Thanks,
with
Trina, for
us
having me on. Yeah,
and
appreciate
teaching
that.
us. Yeah, I really appreciate it. And I appreciate, besides the tips, just the encouragement to keep going, because like I said, it can be really discouraging if you think,
Sure.
I have to make how many videos to get 1,000 subscribers
Yeah,
before I can even
yeah.
monetize this stuff. And anyway, so thanks for being such a great cheerleader and a great teacher for all of us out there.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Yeah, I'm glad. I hope your audience can, have great success with their channel. Or if they have any questions, then they can just, go onto my channel, and then maybe on a video in a comment, they can ask a question, because I usually reply to comments from my videos. So if they
And
have any,
Herman, you also have an online course, don't you?
I do, yeah. I've got the twovideobootcamp.com is my online course, and I have an ebook, which is a paid ebook. That's like two boot camp, and that's like
Oh,
a ebook that you can download, and it kind of goes through all the things that you need for your channel. So you
okay,
can
perfect.
check those out as
Good.
well.
Well, so check out his course. Check out all of the courses that we have at what's it called? Lifelong Learning Education. And I've got another course that we're launching just next week. So get on my newsletter and I'll tell you all about that and give you some coupons and discounts for that course as well. Anyway, all righty. So thank you. Thank you. We'll talk to you later.
All right,
Bye for
thanks, Tina.
now.
Appreciate it. Take care.